LJ Rose. Welcome back to Studio B, LJ.
I appreciate it.
Now, the first time you were here, we were meeting you for the first time, and it was kind of behind the scenes on your visit. How does it feel to be behind the desk on BYU Sports Nation?
Yeah, it feels a lot better. The first time I came was on my visit, and like you said, y'all's nickname is the Closers. And so obviously y'all got it done.
But self-imposed nicknames are probably bad, right? Like someone has to give you a nickname.
Right?
So
right.
us calling ourselves, well, no, we were called that, I believe, by who called Jeff Marston, the old football director of operations.
So maybe it is okay.
That's right. We didn't call ourselves that. Never mind.
Thank you for helping us figure that out, LJ.
No problem,
Do you have a nickname?
I do. Boogie. L Boogie.
That's right. That's your Twitter handle. Where did that come from?
It came from my cousin Archie. So they called him Ace Boogie. They called me L Boogie. So I just took it and ran with it.
People liked Archie too, especially that mask. I know he was like sensitive about it when he broke his nose, and then Davin Gwynn breaks his nose. So you just play with guys with broken noses. I guess.
Yeah, I hope I don't break my nose. I'm not a big fan of the mask.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
LJ Rose with us in Studio B, BYU and USC tomorrow at Staples Center in Los Angeles. 7 games in, 5-2. How would you evaluate BYU's play 7 games into the season?
We're progressing. We took a step back on that Utah Valley game, but it showed a lot that we could come back on Wednesday and, bounce back. And so, moving forward, we just know we had to keep on taking strides and know it's going to be a long season with highs and lows. We had to stay together.
Give us a sense of what the mood was like after that game in the locker room and then how that turned into action.
Man, the mood after the game, guys were distraught. Guys were sad, disappointed, mad, everything you can imagine. And that Sunday we had off. It was probably the longest Sunday for most guys. And, Monday we came ready to work. Tuesday we came ready to work. And Wednesday we were just itching in the hotel to prove ourselves. And that's what we did.
How do you feel like you are playing individually 7 games in?
I think I'm still trying to get my feel. I haven't played in a while. But, for the most part, my effort has to be there. And that's something I kind of lacked on Saturday. And, the guys, me as a leader, they had to follow, what I'm doing. And had to be better at the point of attack. And that's something I focused on against Utah State. And so from here on out, I just got to, bring it every day. And hopefully guys will follow.
How are you physically feeling? Because I know did you break your foot? Was it 2 years in a row?
Yes, 2 years. Two years in a row.
How's your foot feeling? Because you're right, you are playing kind of more than you have the past couple seasons.
It's feeling good. Our trainer Rob Ramos and Coach Short have done a great job of managing me, making sure I'm healthy. I get treatment 4 to 5 times a day, and so for the most part, I'm doing everything I can to stay healthy. And Coach Rose is doing a good job of managing my minutes, and so I'm feeling fine. Just got to keep on staying healthy.
4 to 5 times a day treatment?
Yeah.
Wow. So there's a lot of kind of upkeep with it?
Yeah, there is. I mean, I always say that me and Kyle Davis are getting old. He might be older than me, but we still played the same amount of years. So with that being said, I just got to take care of my body, and that's my main focus.
I thought Spencer was the only guy that got 4 to 5 treatments a day. So it's good to know there's someone else like him.
Hey, if there's a bit of advice I can give to you, LJ, it's keep the 4 to 5 foot rubs a day going through the rest of your life.
Gotcha.
LJ Rose with us on BYU Sports Nation. You've played a ton of minutes. In fact, Jerem, correct me if I'm wrong, the most minutes of any BYU starter. He's going to look at that right now. I think it's the most. And you have been like this crazy defensive rebounder. And in fact, that brings us to our stat of the day.
It's the BYU Sports Nation stat of the day.
LJ Rose leads BYU in defensive rebounds with 41. So Eric Mika and Yoli Childs, they have nothing on you.
No, I tell them all the time, just box out. I'll go get it. And, they always have their hands full with, bigger guys, stronger guys. And so, I just have to do what I can to, help out the team.
Back to that stat you were saying, Nick Emery passed you up by just a little bit, but you're second on the team, 29.9 minutes per game. 30 minutes a game out of the at the beginning of the season here. Did you expect to play this much right away?
I really didn't know what to expect, to be honest. I didn't know if I would be healthy. But with me being healthy, that's something, I played 30 minutes a game when I was healthy. So I just got to, keep on managing my body and just, Lord willing, I stay healthy.
I know you are all about I'm just going to do whatever I have to do to help BYU win. The true point guard mentality. You're going to find the more open guy, but Utah State challenged you to score offensively. They left you open for some three-pointers. In fact, you were the leading three-point shooter for BYU. Not a role that you have spent a great deal of time in. What'd you think about that increased challenge to score the basketball?
It was crazy because I didn't even look at it like that. I told Lee before the game, I said, I haven't been shooting the ball well, but I just got to trust the process. I think eventually shots are going to start falling once I get my legs under me. And, had those first couple shots in the first half, I missed them. And teammates were just like, keep on shooting. Those are good shots. And, I knocked them down in the second half.
5-2, the only real red flag early with this team so far is kind of three-point shooting, 30% so far. Is that a concern for the team at this point?
Oh, it's not. It's not a concern. I think our main focus is just how hard we play. We showed that if we shoot 28% from the three-point line, we can still beat a good Utah State team if we defend and play hard. So, once we get it all together, where we play hard and make three-point shots, I think we'll be a really, really tough team.
Yesterday, we talked about that very point, which is typically if BYU doesn't shoot the ball well, they don't win.
Right.
But there's been this increased sense of defense and rebounding. Did the Utah Valley game kind of cause some a change-up in a mentality for you guys?
Yeah, it did. I mean, for the first 3 to 4 games, we actually were guarding well. We were rebounding. Guys didn't know what to do, really. We had a little letdown against Valpo. We gave up 92 points. Then backdoored and gave Utah Valley 114, and so something was off, and we had to go back to the drawing board and go back to square one.
And that's a good thing for BYU moving forward. If you don't shoot the ball well, there's another formula, right? That's great.
Whoever you talk to on the coaching staff, they are always quick to point out LJ, as much as he is a leader on the floor, is just as much of a leader in the locker room. And I thought that was interesting because technically you're the new guy, right?
Right.
I mean, you've been here for a little while. But as a senior and only one of 2 on the team, you have kind of put yourself into that role. Why did you feel comfortable doing like that as a graduate transfer?
I think it's just because I've been through so much. This is my 4th coach in college, 3rd program. So I've seen a lot. I've had winning seasons, I've had losing seasons. So I've seen it all, and I think it helped me a lot. And it helps me have a great impact on the younger guys. And I just think it's very important that we have guys like me and Kyle Davis because I think it just helps. The season's long. You go through slumps. You go through ups and downs. And to have, 2 guys that you can lean on, it helps a lot. It helped me when I was a freshman, sophomore. So
I think they listen to you because you have a beard more.
No,
Agree or disagree?
I agree. Because, when I came here, they were like, that's the hardest thing to pull off. I don't think anybody's going to pull it off. And I was like, I think I can get it. I really believe I can.
Where there is a will, there is a way. The beard card is in place.
Do you get asked about it, like on campus? Or people like, hey, what do you have a beard?
Yeah, my first 3-4 weeks, everyone was like, do you have a beard card? I'm like, I'm working on it. I don't have it yet, but I'm working on it.
And you have it now.
I have it now.
You have it now.
Yeah.
So it's fun. Do opposing fans say something? Like, did Utah State fans say anything?
Utah State, they said something about, LJ, why would you go to a school where you have to get a beard card? And I'm like, that's not even funny. Like, that's not that big of a deal.
You're like, that's not even funny.
That's not.
How much stuff do you hear from a very outspoken fan base like that? Utah State is well known for being very vocal. How much do you hear during the actual game?
Most of it was pregame. A lot of the stuff just made me laugh. It was kind of funny. They would mention my tattoos and a beard card. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much every team, but that doesn't bother me.
They need some new material.
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm saying.
Let's go. Yeah, they were giving TJ a hard time.
Yeah, they were.
I told TJ they don't mock the bad players, just so you know. What kind of opportunity is USC tomorrow at Staples Center?
It's a great opportunity. They're undefeated. They're a good team. They went to A&M, beat them at home. A&M's a tough place to play. And so, it's just a big opportunity for us. And, Coach Rose said it the other day, during the season, there's 3 or 4 opportunities for a team to put their stamp on the season. And for us, this is one of them. And, it's a big stage, and I think the guys will be ready. We'll be ready.
How do you avoid nerves playing in a place like Staples Center with more of a national audience because it is a primetime matchup with a very good team?
I think you just go out and you're prepared. Our coaching staff does a great job preparing us. So when you're prepared, you shouldn't be feel nervous. Just go out there, perform, execute the game plan, and everything else will take care of itself.
You can take a bad shot tomorrow and just be like, Kobe! Like, that'll be acceptable, right? Because you're in the Staples?
Yeah, that might be acceptable.
All of the coaches are like, no,
Kobe! I always think when college teams play on an NBA court and the NBA line's there, that the offense is pushed out a couple of feet. Do you notice that? Like, did you notice that Wednesday?
Yeah, it definitely is. I think even guys' pickup point on defense is higher, and I think we took a couple shots that were kind of deep, and I think we didn't even know where the line was.
Kobe!
Yep, Kobe. but at the same time, I think I think we'll do a better job this second game.
I don't think Nick Emery, as a person, really cares where the line is sometimes, right?
Right, because he can shoot the ball.
The confidence is there.
Yeah, he can shoot the ball.
If you're a shooter, you're a shooter. You don't see lines, you just see buckets.
Absolutely. BYU, back-to-back games in NBA arenas. You also play at the United Center in Chicago. What's the best part about playing in an NBA venue, LJ?
I think the best part is probably the locker room. I mean, you get to be in the locker room with the guys that play in this arena day to day, and then coming onto the court, it's just a different feel. I mean, it's almost better than the Marriott, but it's not there. But it's a good feeling. A lot of history in the stadium as well, so it's pretty cool.
What does this team need to prove tomorrow in a big game against USC?
I think that we can play defense and play harder than USC does. That's going to be our identity, and that's what's going to help us win games and have a successful season. So that's what we got to hang our hats on.
Eric Mika said at halftime, he said, "We were tired." And I think that has a lot to do with the effort there in the first half. And you mentioned, hey, coach said if you're tired, sub got. Growing up, it was always like, you better not get tired. You need to stay in.
Exactly.
Is it a different mentality?
Yeah, it's a different mentality because coach believed that guys were trying to save themselves, and they didn't want to come out because it's like you don't want to be tired. But here it's just we got to trust our teammates and have like the next man up mentality. So if I'm tired, sub myself out. Stephen Bay will come in and do just as good a job as I did, and then when I'm ready, go back in and just keep it going like that. And with that's a hard team to beat.
El Boogie, go get that foot massage, and don't let people give you a hard time about that beard, man.
I will. I appreciate it.
We've got your back all the way. We would love for you to sign our Stretch Y flag. All of our guests, first time they're in studio, do that. And let's give LJ some BYU Sports Nation karma for tomorrow.
Absolutely. Big game.
How it works, we play this Gregorian chant thing, and then you're already really good, but you'll just be a little bit better because you have the karma.
He is coming off an 18-point game, so the pressure's on for the karma.
Yeah. Kobe.
Kobe!
Thanks, LJ.